Good morning, dear students. We are studying about the chapter in the kingdom of fools, and in the previous class we have studied that the disciple of the guru was caught up in a problem, and the king was about to hang him, but he requested, or he thought about his guru in his mind, and the guru was having a special power in his mind that whatever is the people thinking in the faraway place also will be able to understand him, or somebody is thinking about him, then he will be able to recognize that. So his disciple was thinking, or he was in a trouble, and the guru could understand that, and guru came to the place, and when as soon as he came, then the guru started fighting with the disciple and started scolding him. Then he went and told something into the disciple in a very low voice, in a whisper, and he also asked the king who is the greatest, whether the guru or the disciple, and the guru said that, the king said that the guru is the greatest, and then the guru said that, then put me to the stake first and then my disciple. He said that you should put me first and secondly the disciple. Okay. So when the king heard this one, then he was surprised about this one. Why somebody is coming and nobody will be interested to die, and when somebody is coming and telling that you kill me first. So such a way, if somebody is speaking, then what must be the reason? When the disciple heard this, he understood and began to clamor, me first. You brought me here first. Put me to the death first, not him. So the disciple, then he was not ready to agree with him. He said that, put me to the stake first, put me to death first, and not the guru. So they both started quarreling. The guru and the disciple now got into a fight about who should go first. The king was puzzled by this behavior. He asked the guru, why do you want to die? We chose him because we needed a fat man for the stake. So then they found that the guru got confused why these both of them are fighting for death. So then he said that, asked him, why do you want to die, or why are you fighting like this? So we chose this man because we wanted to have a fat man which is suitable for the stake, and we found it, and that is why we are about to kill him. But why do you want to die? You shouldn't ask me such questions. Put me to death first, replied the guru. But he was not ready to give any answer. But he said that, you don't ask such kind of questions, you put me to death first. So you just kill me, that's enough. Don't ask me any questions. Why? There is some mystery here. As a wise man, you must make me understand. Why? Why are you asking like that? So there is some mystery here. So there is something strange, or some mystery is there behind this one. Otherwise, you will not simply come to die. So you have to, as a wise man, you are a wise man. So you make me understand what this is there. Will you promise me to put me to death if I tell you? And he asked a question to the king that, will you promise me to put me to the death first if I make you understand about the things? See, like, will you put me to the death first? I want to die first. Will you just promise me that I will put you to death first? Then I will tell you the secrets. The king gave him a solemn word. The guru took him aside out of the servant's earshot and whispered to him, do you know why we want to die right now? The two of us, we have been all over the world, but we have never found a city like this, or a king like you. That stake is the stake of the God of justice. It is new. It has never had a criminal on it. So then he started telling a story to the king. And the king is a foolish person, so we can cheat him easily. So such a way he was trying to escape. So in order to make an escape plan, he is making a story. So he started explaining a story to him that this is a stake, this is a particular special country, and we have roamed around different countries, and we have never seen such a country, and this is a very special country and very special place. And this stake is a new one, and this is the stake of the God of justice. It is new, it has never had a criminal on it, since there was no anybody was not killed on this stake. So this is the new one. Whoever dies on it first will be reborn as the king of this country, and whoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. And he said that this is the secret. Whoever dies first in this will be the king of this country in the next, means in the future. So we know, see, like in some stories we are studied about the rebirth and so on. So people, if they die, then they may take the rebirth. So he said that if you die, then the next, see, like you will get the one, whoever dies on this stake first will become the king of this country next. He will be the future next king. And whoever dies second will be the minister of this country. Okay, so whoever dies first will be king, and whoever dies second will be the minister. Okay, so the Guru said that I want to be the king of this country, and my disciple wants to be the disciple. So that is why we both want to die first. And the disciple again fighting for becoming the king. So that is why he is demanding for dying first. And where is sick of our ascetic life? We are sick of our ascetic life. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves as a king and minister for a while. Now keep your word, my Lord, and put us to death. Me first, remember. So we are living ascetic, means very saintly type life, So they are a guru and disciple, and they are living very ascetic life, very simple life, very small life. They don't have any property, they don't have any very big palace or anything like that. So we became bored about living like this. So we don't want to live like that. So just want to die and take the birth of as a king, and we want to live like a king. So that is why we want to die. So you had promised me that you will put me to death first. So we both have to be killed. First the Guru, after that the disciple. So you should follow this rule. The king was now thrown into deep thought. He didn't want to lose the kingdom to someone else in the next round of life. He needed time. So he ordered the execution postponed to the next day and talked in secret with his minister. So now the king was in confusion what to do. So now if he is dying, then the next birth will be taken, and the king and the Guru and the disciple will become the king and the minister, and he wants to continue in his kingdom for the next life also. He did not want to leave his kingdom for the next life or the next birth. So he was in confusion. So he thought of he wanted to have some time for thinking. So he put the killing, or he postponed the execution of these two people for the next day, and they had a discussion with. He secretly called his minister, and they started discussing about this one. So he told all the stories to him, and told what is going to happen. It is not right for us to give over the kingdom to others in the next life. Let's go on the stake ourselves, and we will be reborn as king and minister again. Holy men do not tell lies, he said, and the minister agreed. So both of them, and the king told to the minister that we shall secretly go on the stake and die, and next birth we will be reborn as the king and the minister. Okay, so the holy people, those who are saints, so he is a Guru, he is a saint, and he is not going to say the lie. So we have to trust him, and we can do this. So he told the executioners, we will send the criminals tonight. When the first man comes to you, put him to death first, then do the same to the second man. Those are my orders. Don't make any mistakes. So he went and told the executioners, so you have to follow my order. I am giving you one order. At night we will send you the prisoners. So whoever comes first, you put him to death first. The one who is coming second, you put him to death the second. Okay, so you don't have to ask anything, and there is no any kind of issues. You can execute this one. Okay, and don't make mistakes. That night, the king and the minister went secretly to the prison, released the Guru and the disciple, disguised themselves as the two, and as arranged beforehand, with the loyal servants were taken to the stake and promptly executed. So he went to the place where the man was there, and it's like they were put in the prison for killing on the next day the Guru and the king, and both of them were there. So the king and the minister went to their place, and they changed their dress and they just became like the king, the guru and the disciple, and they were released. Both of them were released, and they told them to go out from there, and they changed their dress and went to the place where the king was there, where the execution is to be taken place, and both of them were executed. When the bodies were taken down to down to be thrown to crows and the vultures, the people panicked. They saw before them the dead bodies of the king and the minister. The city was in confusion. So like if as far as it is concerned, for them the rule is that once a person is killed, then the dead bodies were thrown in the open space for the crows and the vultures will be eating their dead bodies. They are not going to bury. Means it is like a very big, criminals are taken, so their bodies and all, there is no any respect, no proper burial and all is not done. Their bodies are thrown somewhere so that their body will be just thrown like that, and they will be treated like that. So that was there. So the body was taken to and thrown. So then they saw this, and the city, their king and the minister was dead, and they were in a big confusion. All night they mourned and discussed the future of the kingdom. Some people suddenly thought of the guru and the disciple and caught up with them as they were preparing to leave town unnoticed. We people need a king and minister, said someone. Others agreed. They begged the guru and the disciple to be their king and their minister. I didn't take any arguments to persuade the disciple, but it took longer to persuade the guru. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish king and the silly minister, on the condition that they could change all old laws. From then on, night would again be night and day would again be day, and you could get nothing for a dudu. It became like any other place. So then their king and their minister died, and they did not have a king and a minister. So they wanted to have a new king and a minister, and they thought about a new place, a new person who should be the king and who will be the minister. So they were in a trouble, they were in confusion. So they searched for a new king and minister, and they found that this guru and the disciple, they are the wise people, and they should be the king and the king and the minister. So then they asked them. But the disciple was ready to become the minister. There was no any problem. But the guru was not happy, or guru was not willing to become. But they forced them so much. There was so much amount of struggle they had to take for making him believe. And at last they agreed, and the guru agreed by giving one condition. One condition, they said that we have to change all the old rules. So whatever may be the old rules that we were there, so those we will be changing. We will be bringing new rules. So they made the day. So day was made into night, and night was made into day. So they changed it. Day became day itself, and night became night, and everything became normal as other countries. And in that country, everything was sold for just 1 rupee. So 1 dudu, and that rule also was changed. So now the products, different products will be measured in terms of their money and value, and the products were sold in different rupees or different value. So now no more any products were not available for 1 dudu, and entire country became just like a normal country, other countries like. Okay, so then they started living a very happy life. Okay, so that's about the chapter, and thank you so much.